What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, earlier this year when we were all still speculating what might happen when the actor strike was done, it was correctly reported that most big productions would wait until after the first of the year, or rather 2024, to start back up. And we've seen that happen in almost every case. However, Marvel Studios was quick to fast-track Deadpool and Wolverine, and in just a short 4 weeks, on January 6th, Marvel will send a second film into filming and production that will be the Fantastic Four, which means in less than a month, whether it be by Hollywood trade, official announcement, or just set photos, we're finally going to know who the cast of the Fantastic Four is. Well, we had a huge update from an industry insider that sort of flew under the radar because of what was going on with the Deadpool and Wolverine behind the scenes from earlier this week, letting us know exactly where we're at now. We have one member of the Fantastic Four locked in and what's going on with the casting since then. We're breaking it all down, the latest industry insider update as to what's going on with the Fantastic Four casting. First, I want to tell you about my friends over at comicbookdirect.com. Guys, I've been telling you about comicbookdirect.com all year, and it has become my one-stop shop for everything comics. They've got everything from the current runs to mangas, collectibles, you name it, they have it, and it's all in one place. The super cool thing about comicbookdirect.com is that it allows you to subscribe to runs while you're in the middle of them. As long and complicated as some of these books have become, with as many new reboots that are coming out, all you got to do is subscribe, and it'll come to your door weekly. They've really put the ease back into reading comics and put all of the convenience of a local comic shop at your fingertips. And for the next 100 people that sign up using the link below, you're going to get 20% off. Again, that's the next 100 people who simply sign up using the link down in the description and comments are going to get 20% off. That's comicbookdirect.com, the place for all your comic book needs. Okay, so the latest update we got comes from industry insider Casey Walsh over on his Twitter. He's a contributor to Geeks Worldwide. He said this: "It sounds like Pedro Pascal is the only one who is set. The other castings will center around him, meaning chemistry tests and more, so maybe some time before anyone else gets confirmed." Now, this is interesting for a lot of reasons, but scary for one specifically. As I mentioned during the prologue, we're within a month now of filming for the Fantastic Four, or at least when it's set to start filming, but you can't do that if you don't have a cast, and it's been pretty hard for me to come up with another time where we were this close to this starting filming and we didn't already know who the leads in the films were. So I think there is at least some pressure on Marvel to lock this team in now, and there was at least one other name we had heard at the forefront of rumors and for quite some time, even that she was the only one locked in Vanessa Kirby to play Sue Storm. We had also heard that the movie and the script was said to sort of revolve around her as the main character, and so it looked like for sure she was locked in. But someone asked Casey Walsh about that point blank in a reply to this tweet, to which he replied, nope, that she's not locked in, meaning that Pedro Pascal is truly the only member they've got right now. Less than a month to filming, and they've only got Reed Richards. Now, obviously, to calm the drama just a little bit, there is a line a mile long of actors for each one of these roles that could step up and take them, probably relative unknowns, and as I've argued before, that's probably where Marvel should be looking. However, it's been pretty clear by the names that have been coming up and since the beginning that they're not only looking for known Hollywood commodities, actually preferring some of Hollywood's A-listers. That's why it's a little concerning that we're this close to casting. They don't have a team already, and it's pretty hard to be optimistic about them snagging the people that they want, or rather, quote unquote, the right people for the role, when they've had so many public rejections, which have also led to a public chronicling of the reasons there have been so many hurdles to getting this team together in the first place. Again, the reason there isn't a team right now and a month before filming. First up, we heard that Emma Stone rejected Marvel because they wouldn't meet her financial demands for how much she wanted per film. Next up was Adam Driver in the driver's seat for Reed Richards, but rejecting Marvel because it was said that he couldn't connect with the script. We also know that for a while Margot Robbie was going to get the role of Sue Storm, but it was also rumored that she was not going to get paid enough by the studio and rather rejected them on financial demands. That's when Vanessa Kirby's name came to the forefront, and again, it was rumored for months that she was the only one who was locked in. The film would actually revolve around her. Now we're a month from the film and we're hearing she's not locked in at all, and rather all the chemistry tests will revolve around Reed Richards, which again would be totally fine unless it is true that the scripts revolve around Sue Storm, and then it would be pretty important to lock that casting in and make sure she's the one that everybody chemistry tests to. Listen, regardless, there was always going to be pressure on whoever they cast for the Fantastic Four, but there are some silent hurdles here, things we rather don't talk about at the channel too much, that are definitely at play. Before Marvel Studios was even in the state they're in now, when it was at its height back in 2018 and 2019, we used to talk about some of the barriers to entry basically for actors who might not want to tie up huge portions of their career, especially ubiquitous actors who did a ton of different roles. When you sign on to do something like Reed Richards, you know that Marvel Studios is basically going to have you on call for about 8 films over the next, say, 5 to 10 years, especially for someone like Reed Richards in the MCU. And so for a lot of actors who want to make different types of films, that is not an attractive contract agreement, regardless of the dollar amount. It's just not congruent with what they want to do as an artist. And mind you, I said we were talking about this back in 2018 and 2019 when Marvel was at its height. Actors are not clueless, rather the opposite. They're highly attuned to what's going on in Hollywood, and of course in a lot of people's eyes, Marvel Studios has seen struggles, and especially at the box office, so where there may have been some actors previously who would have been quick to throw their hat in for something like the Fantastic Four, may be cautious or no longer even wanting to join the MCU. So when you take those sort of things into account, the landscape of Hollywood, where the MCU fits into that and what people are looking to do with their careers, then you add in these extra hurdles, like apparently, at least what's being reported, that Marvel wants some Hollywood A-listers but doesn't want to pay A-lister money. Again, it just makes it really hard for me to be optimistic that Marvel is going to grab the right people. And look, I don't know exactly who the right casting is. They don't know either. Whoever the right cast is what's going to work when it's on screen. And we'll know in hindsight whether or not it was once we've seen the film. I'm just hoping that with all these constraints, they still find the right people. And that's why I have always said since day one, I prefer relative Hollywood unknowns. Someone like Tom Holland, who was established in acting and theater, but wasn't the household name that he is today because of Spider-Man, really allows the actor, without having any sort of pretense, an ability to grow into the role and really meld with it. And I think that's the best kind of casting for Marvel characters that are so iconic already in publishing or in our memories from this fandom going back now multiple decades. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Now that the door seems to be wide open and they're actually chemistry testing to Pedro Pascal, who you got for the rest of the team? Who's your pipe dream for one of these roles that you didn't think had a chance? I think it's wide open now. I would love to see the names you throw in the hat, especially this late in the casting rumors. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff. But first, I want to ask you guys for a huge favor. First of all, thank you to everyone who already checked it out. I made a community post some days ago. I know that doesn't quite have the reach that these videos do though. So I actually shot my first music video. I released it the other day with my band Allfires, and I know that music is sort of extremely subjective and not for everyone, and so this may not be your cup of tea. I get it, but if you want to support me as a content creator and an artist, I would sincerely appreciate it if you take the time to hit the link down in the comments. I'll have it pinned at the top. Just give it a view, give it a like. I'd appreciate the support in any way possible, and this is actually what I'm going to use to help book my band this year, hopefully coming to a city near you. Again, that'll be pinned down in the comments. I love you guys and I really appreciate the support. Now quickly, we are still giving away PlayStations at the channel. We've got one at the end of the month for What If's finale. We've got another for Echo right behind that in January. Super simple to be entered to win. All the same rules will always apply. Hit the sub button, leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. Also on all platforms under the name Allfires, including YouTube. Please go hit the link down in the comments. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. We've got some really awesome stuff coming up this week. There are some huge scoops on the horizon and some major reveals coming from Marvel Studios before the end of the year. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.